Welcome people to the World Wide Web. So it's Cypher Sigma here, so it's another day of the cineworld challenge and it is day 24. So this has been a very hard subject for me to get through. So day 24 is a film by my favourite director. So it kind of leaves it very much open because I say like people do have a favourite director and they may have done dozens of movies. Now for me, I don't have I didn't think I had a favourite director, so I needed to think of this like in a kind of, my mind kind of goes into kind of a logical mode to try and figure out how I'm going to answer this question. So what I did is I then went through like all the top 20 or 30 directors. You know, you've got James Cameron, Christopher Nolan's, and then a lot of like Alfred Hitchcock, and people like this. Who've done, Kevin Smith, and basically my mind was to just go through all of these, figure out how many of these I actually have films and I enjoy films of them. Quentin Tarantino and stuff, so I have all of his movies and I do enjoy most of them. I'm like, but would I class him as my favourite director? And that Kevin Smith, I have almost all of his movies. I don't enjoy all of them. There's some that I think are a bit rubbish personally, and it's like, how do I distinguish? And that was where my method was going. I was trying to segregate everything out and and then I realised kind of the answer was almost staring me in the face, and it's behind me. So I don't, as I say, I don't have a favourite director, but going off the amount of movies that I have, the director I have the most movies of that they've ever produced and that I like literally everything they've ever produced is Hayao Miyazaki. So I'll put a picture of him up there. So anybody who doesn't know, he is a Japanese animator, and he created his studios, which I'm sure obviously Studio Ghibli, everybody would have heard of. And obviously he is very pivotal in the role. He has made loads of films. There's labelled as like 20 that have been officially released that he's had some contact with. Not all of them he directed. He's done a few of them. I think he's directed like 27 films and I've seen most of them. There isn't a bad one in there in my opinion. So he is who I'm going to choose as my favourite director because he's just the director that I have the most movies of, that I like the most of, and I think that's probably a fair assumption of it. So if we're going to go and hire Miyazaki, we're going to choose a film. It doesn't even say it has to be your favourite film, just as a film, but I'm going to go with my favourite one of his is Princess Mononoke. So I absolutely love this film. So everybody who doesn't know Hayao Miyazaki has a few themes he likes to incorporate, kind of natural elements or stuff like that of somewhere in there. Maybe it's the plant, maybe it's the world and the stuff, and there's a big kind of the environment and how we poison it and stuff. He does like to have planes and stuff, or in a lot of films like The Wind Rises, he is all about planes anyway. But this one is a bit more about nature and about like princesses, and like kind of how we're kind of corrupting the planet, or it can be corrupting and stuff. And it's very well animated, very well done from start to finish, and it's absolutely a must see if you like his movies. I know Spirited Away is classed because it won the Oscar and that, but this is definitely my favourite. I would definitely recommend watching it. Obviously, it is rated PG, but it is quite, people do get their hands cut off and there is blood and stuff, so I would advise probably not for if your kid is probably not a teenager, I would definitely watch it with them like the PG, and I wouldn't definitely watch it very young children. I think they might be a bit traumatised by stuff. But anyway, that has been day 24 of the Cineworld Challenge. Thanks for coming along. We're in the last week, hopefully last 6 days, and then we shall be done. I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time. Hope you enjoyed the film, and I'll see you in the next one.